So in the data center, you are keeping your servers in the data center. They are providing the uptime of a 99.9 percentage, right? And so so environments, guys. How many environments we have in the real time, guys? Chetu, how many environments do you have in your environment?
Two.
Yeah, what are those?
I can't recall on top of my head.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, so we have a two environments. Yeah, one is non-prod or a non-production, and the other one is production, right? For example, your application, your Facebook application is deployed in the production environment, right? So before coming to the production environment, they will deploy it on the dev environment and the QA environment, right? First, developer develop that code and deploy it on the dev environment, and they test it in the dev environment. So once the developer develop that, they will deploy it on the QA environment. So once QA signed off, then they will promote to the production environment. Then they will promote to the production environment. So production environment is nothing but a live environment. So which environment, guys? So production environment is a live environment. Our application is deployed in the production environment. So whatever the Facebook we are using, right? So that is a live environment, production environment, end user. So so the end user will access the application in the production environment. The end user will access the application in the end user production environment. Now you understood, Chetan? So how many environments we have? So for example, sometimes some companies are uh, using the different name. So for example, some companies are using integration environment, the instead of QA integration, instead of UAT environments, right? The environments are uh, SAT, staging, UAT, and integration, and pre-prod, or something like a sandbox. So these all are the environments, non-production environments. It varies from company to company. Guys, understood? There is a real-time environment. Our application will be deployed in real-time environments. Our application will be deployed under the under the non-production environment. First, they will develop whatever the develop, right? They will test it in the development environments. So once done, development is done, then they will deploy it into the QA environment. Once the QA sign off, then they'll move it to the production environment. So the finally end users will be using the our production environment. Guys, understood? So end users means ours only. Also, we are using a production environment. This Postgres application is deployed under the production environment. Understood, guys? So this is the app server. So app server and the DB server. Okay. So app DB. So our application is deployed in the app server. Our database will be in the DB server. Okay. So this is also app server, DB server, app server, DB server. So how many servers we kept it in the data center, guys? So these servers are, so keep it in the data center. Okay. Data center, right? So they are providing the 99.99% uptime. Means our servers will not down, right? They are providing the uptime of a 99.99 percentage. Yes, understood? Yeah. Yep, guys. So here, so this is the we need a six servers, right? So what are those servers? The servers are the hardware is Dell Power Edge or 710. So this is the hardware, guys. This hardware. So we are using this hardware. How many Dell PowerEdge R710 servers? We need a six Dell PowerEdge R710 servers. These all are the physical servers, right? These all are the physical servers. These all are the physical servers, right? So the resources of the server, for example, RAM. So 128 GB RAM, CPU, 20 core CPU, HDD hard disk, for example, 2 TB. For example, 2 TB of a hard disk, right? So the production server. So production servers, how many people are using this production server? So for example, so this every server. So every server the U limit. So what is the U limit, guys? Does anyone knows what is U limit? So U limit is nothing but a user limit. So how many people accessing this server based on the resources? Based on the resources, so something like every hit. So the CPU and memory, it will take the CPU and memory, right? So how many people can access at a time this server? So this server can access, for example, 20K people. How many people? So 20K people will access this server at a time. So production server, right? For example, Facebook is deployed on this server. So yeah, so 20 people are accessing the server. We need this much resource for the production environment. But in the non-production environment, so how many people are accessing the server, guys? So how many people are accessing? How many people are working for the development environment? How many people are working for the QA environment? So for example, Meghna Chetan or Harshita, how many people are accessing the development environment? For example, a four or five people, right? Max four or five people. So working on the Facebook. So working on the Facebook, right? So so we don't need this much resources. We don't need this much resources. So RAM 128 GB, CP 20, hard disk 2 TB, right? So just we need a small amount of resources. So the developer will access the server. So right, for example, five people are working on this development environment. So five people are working on the QA environment. So we don't need this much amount of resources for the non-production environment. So non-production environment. Okay. So what is that? Dell PowerEdge R710, right? For example, so this is the server. What this is a physical server. What this is? This is a physical server. Which server this is? This is a Dell Power Edge or 710. So this is a physical server. So this is also Dell Power Edge R710. So physical, which this server is so this is the physical server. This is also a physical server, right? So, so for this server, for example, we need to, so for buying this server 5 lakhs and keeping the server in the data center, they will take for per year something like a tap 5 lakhs. So how much amount we need? So we need a 10 lakhs per year, right? So for example, 10 lakhs per year. So how many servers we need? We need a 6 servers. So how many? 60 lakhs. 60 lakhs. So we need to spend the amount for the infrastructure. So for the infrastructure, but so we are spending the resources on the production server. We are not spending this much resources on the we are not utilizing this much resources on the non-production environment. Non-production environment, right? So a big innovation thoughts comes into the picture. What is that? A big innovation thought. How you can reduce the cost reduction purpose. So big innovation comes into the picture. Some from physical server to so virtualization concept. They introduced a they introduced a virtualization concept. So what is virtualization, guys? So they introduced virtualization concept. So what is virtualization? A virtualization is a bare metal software. What is that? It is a bare metal. So virtualization is a bare metal software. Okay. So what is that? A virtualization is a bare metal software. So what is bare metal software? For example, in your mobile, Android. So what is that? So Android OS, right? So your mobile, you are using an Android OS, right? So in the Android OS, so how you can interact with this hardware, guys? If you want to interact with any hardware, if you are interacting with any hardware, definitely there will be a OS is installed on this machine, so, right? So for example, Linux OS is installed in your Android machine. So, right. So, how you can operate this mobile? So, we need a apps, right? Application. So, those applications will be developed as a Android software. So, Android software. So, they're combining. How you can interact with this hardware, guy? Definitely, we need a OS. Linux OS is installed on top of Linux. So, they designed a software. That software is Android software, right? So they combining and released as a Android OS. They combining and released as a Android OS. Same like as a. So how you can interact with this hardware, guys? Definitely we need a OS. So in the virtualization concept, bare metal software, something like how we can divided these resources and will create another OSs on this hardware. So that concept is nothing but a virtualization concept. What is the concept, guys? The concept is nothing but a virtualization concept. The virtualization concept. One second, yes, I will. No worries. So I will tell you. So virtualization software. So in the virtualization software, it is also a bare metal. Android is a bare metal software. What is bare metal? Bare metal, a software. So what is bare metal software? A bare metal software is nothing but they combined with the OS and their software released as combined and released as a software is nothing but a bare metal software. So virtualization also a bare metal software. Okay. So virtualization is a concept. So the companies so companies took that virtualization concept and created their own type of virtualization software. So, for example, VMware company. Which company? So, VMware company and Oracle company took that virtualization concept and they created their own type of virtualization So virtualization softwares. What are those? So VMware company created VMware a virtualization software, and Oracle company created Oracle Virtual Box. What is that? The concept is nothing but a Oracle Virtual Box. So they created a OVM, Oracle Virtual Box for Oracle, and VMware company created a VMware OS. So if you install this bare metal software or VMware or Oracle Virtual Box, so if you install the Oracle Virtual Box here, so how you can interact with this Oracle Virtual Box, guys? Definitely there will be a OS is installed. On top of that, they created their own software for releasing the resources, right? First, initially we installed the OVM Oracle Virtual Box. So this is a Oracle Virtual Machine, and so for this purpose, how much resources we need? So for example, RAM 2 GB, 2 GB of a RAM, CPU core something like a 2 core CPU, and a hard disk. Just we need a 8 GB. Just we need a 8 GB. So the remaining resources. For example, RAM is 128 GB in the server. CPU is a 20 core CPU, and the hard disk is something like 2 TB hard disk. Right. So this much resources. For example, we have a remaining 126 GB and the 18 core CPU, and hard disk is 2 TB. Then so they divided the they divided and they created the number of OSs based on our resources. So for example, I created a 10 virtual missions. What is called as a? So we call it as a virtual missions. What this is? This is a virtual mission. So this is a virtual mission. So we created how many virtual missions based on the resources? We created a 10 virtual missions, and I installed the OSs. So for example, I installed CentOS on 9. So I installed a Red Hat OS, Red Hat, Red Hat OS, and I installed Windows OS, Windows Server OS. So for example, you can install any OS. You can install all the any OS because of it will be freely available the resources, and you can divide the resources, and you can install the number of OSs based on the resources. So this OS is called as a VM. VM is nothing but a virtual mission. So what is that, guys? VM is nothing but a virtual mission. So virtualization. So what is virtualization? So virtualization is an operating system changes a normal operating system so that it can run different types of applications that may be handled in a single computer system of many users. The operating system may appear different to each other, and each of them may be. This is not. Yeah. So here, guys. So basic software, basic hardware. This is our Dell PowerEdge mission. So shared the operating system. Shared the operating system, and so we can install the number of OSs. So we can install the number of OSs. Virtualization images. We can take the virtualization images. Yeah, guys. Yeah. So this is the virtualization. So conventional server, for example, this is the hardware, and we can install only one OS, and we can deploy our applications, right? But this much big resources of hardware we don't need for the development and QA in a non-production environment. So we can create as a bare metal hypervisor. Now you understood? So bare metal hypervisor means so in the host hardware in the Dell PowerEdge server, so we can install the hypervisor. Which hypervisor we installed? Either VMware hypervisor or Oracle VirtualBox hypervisor. So based on that, so we can create the number of OSs, number of OS. These OS is called as a virtual boxes. So in this virtual box, for example, So you have deployed 4 servers in one physical server, right? So for development and QA, we need a 4 servers. So in one hardware, so we can deploy our non-production environment, QA and dev environment. Guys, understood? Because of this hardware user limit is 20K, but in the in the development environment and QA environment, they are using only five people, so less people, right? We don't need this much resources. Then a virtualization comes into the picture. Virtualization comes into the picture. Guys, understood? Chetan, Meghna, Harshita, understood? Chetan, understood? Chetu?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, right. So bare metal software. So for example, in the data center, you install the any one of the virtualization software. So for example, you install the Oracle Virtual Box. What is that? Oracle a virtual box you installed on this machine. Okay. Yeah. So our assumption. So something like so your laptop is a data center. What is that, guys? Your laptop is a data center. You guys can just imagine your laptop is a data center. So in your laptop, so which OS is installed, guys? Which OS is installed? Windows 10 or Windows 11, right? So you already installed the Windows OS. This is the hardware. So this is the hardware. You already installed the Windows OS. So for example, this is the Dell PowerEdge. So in the Dell PowerEdge, you installed the Oracle Virtual Box or a VMware. Oracle Virtual Box or a VMware. So for example, I installed the Oracle Virtual Machine. So on top of Oracle Virtual Machine, so we install the number of OSs. We install the number of virtual machines. So for example, I installed the CentOS 9. Which one, guys? CentOS VM Virtual Machine. Same like case. So here also the Oracle Virtual Box created a bare metal software. So OVM. So you install the OVM on top of your Windows machine. Okay. So on top of your Windows machine, so you can download the Oracle VirtualBox OEM, software here, OVM, and you can install the CentOS 7. You can install the CentOS 7 on this machine. CentOS 9 or 7, whatever. Right. So for this setup, so what we need? So we need to download. So download the softwares and install on your lab. Okay. So what are the softwares we need? So what are the softwares we need? So we need a OVM, Oracle Virtual Machine. So Oracle Virtual Machine. Then, so we need a CentOS 9 ISO download. So we need a ISO file to download Oracle Virtual Machine. So for this Oracle Virtual Machine, we need a dependency package. So what is that, guys? So we need a dependency package. That package is nothing but a so Microsoft Visuals VC plus plus 2019 software is needed. So how many softwares we need to install? So we need to download. So we need to download the Oracle Virtual Machine, CentOS 9 ISO, and the Microsoft Visual C++ 2019. Okay. So first we need to install the Oracle Virtual Box on your laptop. And you can download the ISO and you can install these two Microsoft Visual 2019 and Oracle Virtual Box. Then So based on this YSO, we will install the OS on this server. We will install the Linux OS on this mission. Guys, understood? Yes. Right. So what we need? We need a Oracle virtual box. So this is the official website, guys. So www.oraclevirtualbox.org. Yeah. So this is the virtual box download. So just download. Click the download. Yeah. So this VirtualBox platform packages are these platform packages for Windows and Mac, Linux, Solaris. So they provided bare metal Oracle VirtualBox software on these platforms: Windows platform, Mac platform, Linux platform, Solaris platform. Okay, so for our purpose, so we are using the Windows, right? So we can download the Windows. So we can download the Oracle VirtualBox 7.16. Okay, so you can download this Oracle VirtualBox. So if you want to install the Oracle VirtualBox, we need a Microsoft Microsoft VC plus download. What is this? So Microsoft Visual C++ is need to download for this is the a dependency package for this, right? So this is the 64-bit. So this is the 64-bit. You need to download the this Microsoft Visual C++. So Microsoft Visual C++. So we need to download, and so we want to download the CentOS 9, right? CentOS 9 ISO download. CentOS ISO 9 download. You see mirror.stream.centos.org. So this is the CentOS official website. So which OS you want? So you see, guys. So the CentOS 9 ISO, you see ISO. So this is a 1.2 GB. So this is this one, guys. So we need a 12 GB. So this is the CentOS 9 ISO, CentOS 9 DVD ISO. So we need this CentOS 9 also. We need this CentOS 9 also. Guys, understood? So we need these three softwares to install the Oracle VirtualBox and to install the OS on that Oracle VirtualBox. So for example, yeah. So this is the Oracle VirtualBox, guys. I installed this Oracle VirtualBox. Yeah. So after installing the Oracle VirtualBox, guys, this is the you can see this so I already installed the CentOS 7. I already installed the CentOS 7. I'm just starting the CentOS 7, guys. I will show you how to install the Oracle VirtualBox and how to install the CentOS 7 on your Oracle VirtualBox. So for example, okay, so I have a plenty of resources. How you can find out the resources? So for example, so this is our PC, right? Right click properties. So right click properties, it will show. So it will show. So I have a 16 GB of a RAM. I have a 16 GB of a RAM. So for installing the Windows, Sorry guys. For installing the Windows, we need a 4 GB of a RAM and 2 CPU and at least 500 50 GB of a hard disk, right? Yeah. So after that, I have a 4 GB, right? I have installed a. So this is the settings. Yeah, I will show you. So I will create a new virtual box. The box name is CentOS 9. I'm creating a CentOS 9 virtual box. Next. So yeah. So create a virtual hard disk. How much virtual hard disk I need? 20 GB. Okay. Next. So finish. You see guys. Go to settings. Go to settings. General. And I took the name as a CentOS 9. And I took how much GB of a RAM. This is the base memory. RAM is 2 GB I took for this OS, new OS. So So processor, CPU, I have a 12 CPU. I took one CPU for the, so CentOS 9 display, storage. Storage, how much I took? I took the 20 GB of the storage. Here, so we need to attach the ISO. You see, disk image. What is this? ISO means a disk image. We need to attach this disk image and network. So we can provide the network. Then we can start the installation of the CentOS 9. So tomorrow I will show you how to install the software and how to how to install the OS on the Oracle VirtualBox. So from tomorrow onwards, we'll start the Linux. So Linux file system hierarchy. Then Linux file system hierarchy. One second. Courtney, charger. Charger. Yeah, guys. So so I will ping you the URLs for downloading the softwares in the WhatsApp. You guys be ready with the softwares. Okay. Tomorrow we'll show you how to install the Oracle VirtualBox and how to install the Oracle VirtualBox and the CentOS 7. Okay, guys. So we'll continue from tomorrow. Meghna, you there? Hello, Meghna.
చెప్పండి.
Yeah, did you understand, right?
Yeah, I'm able to understand.